Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you this by far I think is the best Reaver build. Not only it does an incredible amount of damage, but also able to pull off the Wombo combos like a Templar. Yeah, that's right. Additionally, it's pretty good at healing himself, so you don't have to worry about your health. Without further ado, let's get into the build. In the specialization tree, we're going to build up our Reaver unlike most of the builds out there. Actually, we'll be using the Ring of Pay a lot in this build. The basic ability provides you 1% damage bonus for every 1% of missing health. This is fairly nice since your Reaver will be constantly losing health by using the Dragon Rage, and this also drains your stamina by 10 per second. Just keep that in mind. Then we're picking up the Torrent of Pain for the upgrade to reduce the cost of your own health when you cast the Dragon Rage. With this active, you can spam the Dragon Rage for a few more times before you need to recover your health. Next up, we're taking the Blood Frenzy, which is pretty similar to the Ring of Pain. You got 5% damage bonus for every 10% of missing health. The Fervor is another great ability to boost your damage. When you slay your first enemy, you got a huge boost, then you slay the other until there's no one left. And this effect also stacks. The more monsters you kill, the more damage bonus you receive. The Scenting Blood provides you a 10% bonus of a critical chance while being around a wounded enemy. Not a bad one. As for the Terrifying Fury, I personally don't recommend it. This could become a real mess when the panic mobs are running around the field. But if you feel like you need it, feel free to pick it up. Next, we have the Devourer, which we're not going to be using in this build 90% of the time, but it's still needed. I'll talk about this later in this video. Then take the Lifeblood for the upgrade, as restores more health. The last ability for this specialization is the Dragon Rage, the most important ability for the Reaver. With the basic ability, you're dealing 150% weapon damage, and also receive a damage bonus according to your missing health. And take the Ravage upgrade that provides a 50% more damage bonus. Moving on to the Vanguard abilities, the Warcry is just a filler. We don't need this ability because we'll be soloing most of the time. Then the Charging Ball is extremely vital for this build. When you turn on the Ring of Pain, you cannot afford to cast another skill that consumes your stamina. With this one upgrade, you can cast your next ability with no stamina cost after a Charging Ball. This is the perfect solution for this build. You'll be casting 3 abilities most of the time. The second ability we need in this ability tree is the Livid. This will increase your damage bonus by up to 50% for 10 seconds, which is a huge boost if you're surrounded by the mobs. The Endless String resets its duration after you kill an enemy. This is exactly what we do in this build, killing monsters. Then we're grabbing this also very important ability in the Battle Master tree, the Coup de Grace, which will deal 30% more damage to targets that are stunned or knocked down. You need to get this one, even if you have to waste 2 ability points. And coming to the two-handed abilities, first, we have the Mighty Blow, quite a decent AoE ability. The Stay Down works perfectly with Coup de Grace by keeping the mobs on the ground for longer duration. Thus the Dragon Rage is gonna hit much harder. Then grab the Pummel Strike, also a really nice ability. As for the passive abilities, we're picking up the Flow of Battle, Shield Breaker, and Gore Smasher. All of them are crucial for the two-handed warriors. Then we still need 2 passive abilities from the Weapon and Shield skill tree. The Bear Mauls the Wolves, that makes the mobs unable to flank you, and the warriors with Resolve can recover your stamina when you lose health, which is very helpful when a Ring of Pain is active. When it comes to armors, there are a few game-changing items for Reavers. First, the Sigil of the Revenant. You gain a 35% heal on kill bonus, but decrease 50% of your maximum health. You can get away with the punishment by using the Enhanced Amulet of Barrier. You'll be fine as long as you keep up your barrier, and you kinda get a bonus for free. In this case, you recover almost half of your health each time you kill an enemy. You won't have to rely on the Devourer to restore your health after a few spams of the Dragon Rage, but the Devourer is still needed when you're fighting the boss alone. The second item is the Mind Blast Masterwork. When using this spell on the stun enemies, you set off the combo which called the Eldritch Detonation that deals a massive amount of spirit damage. And the Templar's Wombo combo is exactly this type of detonation, meaning now you're even able to pull off a Templar combo if this spell procs on the stun targets. And coming to the third item, which helps you to stun your enemies, the Silverite. By putting these materials in your armor's defense slot, you gain this stagger on being hit effect. Actually, it acts as stunning instead of staggering when you're being hit. With the superior Battle Master schematic, you could stack around 50% of stagger on being hit, which ends up stunning the mobs who attack you quite a lot. And you have a pretty decent chance of triggering the Wombo combo automatically when the Mind Blast procs. If we want a more proactive way to stun the enemies, there's actually one. The Anti-1 Fire Grenade. When fully upgraded, this grenade stuns targets within the area for 5 seconds. When you feel like the Mind Blast is about to proc, throw this grenade out, then spam the Dragon Rage, and you're almost guaranteed to get your combo. It works for me most of the time, but keep in mind that the Masterwork ability has a cooldown of 10 seconds. Just don't do it right after the ability procs. For the weapon, I'm using the axe of the Dragon Hunter and try to raise the crit chance as high as possible. As a warrior, you need at least 80% of critical chance to refresh your skill cooldown fast enough. For the Masterworks, I'll recommend the Dragon's 2 to boost its base damage a little bit more, but if you want to use other materials, it's okay. And the Enhanced Amulet of Barrier might be the only option for you. With a 50% health reduction from the Sigil of Revenant, you're as fragile as glass without a barrier. So keep attacking, it's the only way you can survive. The Enhanced Spell of Urgency is also a must. At least I cannot think of any better options. Besides, the Reaver can benefit from this more than any other classes, since you can control your health. As for the rings, I say it's best to equip 2 rings of the critical chance to make up for the loss of not being able to wear the medium armor. But these rings are pretty hard to come by. If you don't have it, just use whatever you see fit. When in combat, I tend to use the charging bow to knock down the mobs, then followed by the mighty blow. After the mobs are down, activate the ring of pain, then spam the Dragon Rage. Cause the normal enemies can be really ridiculous. They just block your every attack, including your Dragon Rage. And you don't have to worry about your health most of the time, cause the 35% of heal and kill bonus is pretty insane. When you're surrounded, you can use the Anti-1 Fire Grenade and Mind Blast to pull off a combo. But even if you don't use the grenade, you still got a few free combos from time to time. Generally speaking, I think this might be the best build for Reavers. Now you have really high single target damage and the ability to cause a few AoE combos. Also not bad survivability. You should be able to solo any maps in this game as long as you're not facing the Hackonites. I'll put up a few more combat footages. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit the like button. I'll see you around the next time and enjoy the video.